If you are not paying attention, it is now time to get extremely laser focused. Brad Garlinghouse and Larry Fink are taking over the global banking system. Today is September 30th. From October 1st to October 15th, you need to pay attention. There's going to be massive distractions to get you to look this way as they switch the whole narrative this way. As I'm traveling just outdoors at the pool here, making sure I get my videos out to you guys. So pay attention to what is actually happening. You have to be non-emotional about this. Okay. There's a systemic switch in your financial system happening right now as we speak. So I'm first going to show you a quick clip from Cynthia Loomis. I'm going to show you where Brad Garlinghouse and his team is speaking coming up at the Federal Reserve. We're going to look at the European Union, the digital dollar project, that Ripple is part of all of this and the ecosystem. There is a systemic switch in your financial system from an archaic banking system to a new digital banking system, from Web 3.0, 2.0 to Web 3.0, industrial to technical. Okay. Now, there's never been an opportunity like this in history for the normal everyday person to get a piece of Wall Street. So you have to pay attention. Stop looking at this as get rich quick, getting wealthy for sure by having a game plan. At the back end of every video, I share with you exactly what I'm doing. So let's dive right in. All right. So the first thing I want to show you guys is this video from Cynthia Loomis. It's really quick and everything is changing pretty dramatically. So check this out.
Cynthia Loomis, a proponent of digital asset legislation. I still think, good to see you, and it's great to have you in studio as well, Senator, but I still think that people that are proponents of crypto have to feel good about what's happened in the last 6 months or year, even though the legislation is still not here.
Yeah, we still continue to work for a digital framework here in the United States.
Her mic's messed up. They'll fix it. It was messed up on the show.
The European Union's ahead of us.
Oh, you know what, Senator? We dropped your mic. Let's just pick that up so we can hear what you're saying.
The European Union's ahead of us. They began to regulate very effectively in January of 2023. So we're behind the 8 ball here, and the United States should never let other countries get ahead of us with regard to financial services.
Watching how it's played out has been odd, right? It involves the gentleman we just played a soundbite from, that's Chair Gensler, and almost dragged kicking and screaming after court decisions and then ETFs, et cetera, too, where I thought yesterday he seemed a little bit less hostile to Bitcoin and maybe some of the top tier.
The way he explained it yesterday is that this will not thrive unless it's heavily regulated. Or not heavily regulated, he didn't say, but it won't thrive unless the regulations are set up and the path is clear. I think you would probably agree with that. I think the disconnect has been on who gets to regulate it and what the rules are going to be.
Absolutely. And the Congress needs to regulate this and weigh in.
Yeah, so there's no lack of clarity, guys. We know that Congress needs to regulate that. We know this. It's always been that. But there's something deeper at play here. Okay, so all other countries, specifically the EU, which I'm going to show you, already has regulatory framework in place. There's some reason why we're behind. Either we got caught with our swim trunks on when the tide went out, as Warren Buffett says, or there's a bigger play here, okay? As they're getting us to look this way, they destroyed the middle class, and they're moving us into a brand new economy, okay? So this is what I wanted to show you here. So this is the Federal Reserve Philadelphia, the 8th Annual FinTech Conference. So you can take a look at this. This is on October 22nd and 23rd, 2024. If you scroll down here, we got Brad Garlinghouse. We got Jay Christopher from the Digital Dollar Project, which I'll show you in just a moment. And we got some other key people on here as well. Chris Larson from Ripple. So we got Chris Larson from Ripple. We got Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple speaking at the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. Interesting, okay? We go over here to the Digital Dollar Project. If you look at Ripple, boom. If you tap right here, this is Digital Dollar Project. This came out on November 16, 2023. Oh, there's Ripple. There's Stellar. Right? Some of the biggest cryptocurrencies that we know and understand. If we move a little bit quicker here, I'm kind of speeding up. It's starting to rain outside here. And if I go here to the European Central Bank ecosystem, this was back in 2019, June 2019. Okay, this is a European Union that she just talked about that already has regulation framework in place. They're launching their digital dollar. Okay, boom. If you just tap through here, there's Ripple once again in their paper. This is the synchronized cross-border payments Stellar Project Report Phase 3. This is in 2019. Ripple has developed Xcurrent, which connects the financial institutions via global networks of participating entities. RippleNet Xcurrent is built around an IPL that enables bi-directional communication between participants and entities and coordination of payments across ledgers. It just continues on and on and on. So if we go here, the gentleman, the largest asset manager in the world that told you that cryptocurrency is a fraud, we know here is now his new narrative.
It's the first time we've had an opportunity to talk to you about it, which is Bitcoin, the Bitcoin ETF. We're going to be talking to Gary Gensler, the chair of the SEC, who made that decision reluctantly, maybe even begrudgingly, which was announced just 2 days ago, and we talked a lot about yesterday on the broadcast.
So this,
how big a deal is that for BlackRock? And this was for you a big switch as well, because you were a naysayer for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I probably switched for the first 3 years of thinking about it. I was a naysayer, and about 2 years ago I switched, and I'm actually, you know, as I said in the last 2 years, I'm a big believer.
Are you a believer personally? Meaning, is the Fink family a Bitcoin buyer or a buyer of this new ETF?
Well, now I could do that. I cannot, you know, I don't want to compete with our clients.
Listen.
So I don't buy single assets. I'll buy mutual funds. I'll buy single ETFs. So I have an opportunity to do that now. But I'm a believer in it because I do believe it is an alternative source for wealth holding. I don't believe it's ever going to be a currency. I believe it's an asset class.
You don't believe it ever becomes a currency?
No, I think we are going to create digital currencies. We're going to use the technology for it. We're going to use the blockchain.
Okay, I just wanted you guys to hear that part, okay? I'm going to stop sharing here, bring you back on my screen. I'm going to hustle up. It's starting to rain. Okay, so listen what he just said. Bitcoin is going to be a store of value. They are going to use Bitcoin worldwide. Governments are accumulating Bitcoin now. They're going to use it to not only create sovereign wealth. Think about these countries can go sovereign. Do you know how wealthy it's going to make countries? America knows that. That's why Cynthia Loomis, that's why RFK, that's why Trump wants to pull it underneath the treasury to shrink the balance sheet. We cannot fix this debt problem, guys. We can only print more money and lower interest rates. Okay, so they're going to pull Bitcoin most likely underneath the treasury, which will shrink the balance sheet, right? We're going to move into an asset-backed type currency. We're going to have companies like Ripple that are going to be a global juggernaut in the financial system. They're going to use technologies like Xrp, which is going to create on-demand payments, on-demand liquidity. So there's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Xrp are going to be the top three. And there's going to be many other cryptos that survive that are in my portfolio as well. But you have to be very, very strategic. I'm going to hurry up because it's raining now. So I go from the left side of the risk pyramid, I pull. So I've been accumulating since the big collapse in 2022. I did the same thing from 2020 to 2022. I accumulated. When it came up, I sold on the way up. I pulled it down the risk pyramid. I put mine into insurance. I'm going to buy more real estate. I'm going to continue to advance my businesses. I'm going to get more silver. I'm going to use gold as my store of value. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same cycle I did from 2020 to 2022, and then I cannot wait for the bear market. So I'm going to do the same thing from 2026 to 2029. I'm going to accumulate as much as I can. Okay, so when it goes up, we're about, I mean, you see it kicked off this last weekend. Middle of October, we're going to November, boom, it's going to go straight up. I'm going to pull down, I'm going to secure, compound, and grow my money with insurance. I'm going to buy more real estate, and I'm just going to keep cycling that every 4 years, guys. We got another 6 years to get crazy wealthy with this. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to hustle. It's getting rain all over my computer here. If you need any support at all, if you click the description down below on this video, I get hundreds of people that message me around how I ensure my wealth. So I have a whole team waiting to help you. If you go down there, fill out the needs assessment, because it's not about what I do. I don't know if it'll work for you. We need to do a needs assessment with you and figure out your retirement strategy. So fill that out as detailed as possible. My team will text you, call you, and email you. Okay, and so make sure that you'll show up to that appointment, and it's a free consultation. We do not invest people's money. We do not have an investment platform. Those are all scammers. Do not respond to those people. People are using my likeness and my name to scam people. Stop responding to those people. It's a free consultation. You'll never send my people money, okay? Needs assessment, fill it out, and we will get right over to you. So I'm going to get out of this rain here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Again, if you guys ever see me out traveling with my family, don't ever hesitate. I'm getting all these messages. They saw me out and about. Come say hi. You are not disrupting us. Come say hi. I love you guys very much. I'd love to shake your hand, give you a hug, and say thank you. Appreciate you. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Let's go. Love you guys.